Hey, what's going on, guys? After my last video that I posted, which happens to be my first video ever uploaded to YouTube regarding my watch journey, some of you were asking about my vintage Rolex, my vintage Omega, and I'm gonna show you where I bought it. This place is called Consignment Classics. It's in SanDiego, California, and it's in the sports arena area. The watchmaker here, his name is Paul. He's from the UK, and this guy is one of the most interesting, super cool guys you're ever gonna meet. He talks like you're in an episode of Harry Potter. He's a super nice guy. Has a huge passion for watches. He knows all about watches, from low end to high end, into whatever. So I love coming to visit him just to say hi. I bought 3 watches for him already, but mainly I'll come over to the swap meet at Kobe's and I'll stop by to say hi to him. He's always willing to help. He's willing to answer any of your questions. So I'm gonna hopefully introduce you to him today if he's there. You guys will love Paul. What's up, guys? I'm here with Paul, the legend at Consignment Classics. Paul, tell us a little about yourself. Tell us how long you've been in the watch business for and what you do and your passion for watches.
Well, it started a while back, 45 years-ish. I studied watchmaking. There was a college close to where I lived in London, and I went there and I studied full-time clock and watchmaking.
Wow.
And all those years back, and then I had the opportunity. My mother said to me, "What do you want to do, son? Now you've completed the watch course and the clock course. What do you want to do?" And I said, "Mom, I want to be a cop."
Wow.
And she said, "Son, you know you can't be a cop, because in England we had a law that said that you had to be 5'8". And
Really?
I'm a little guy. I think I'm
You're not that little, Paul.
I'm 5'4" or something. Anyway, so she says, "Son, no cop. How about doing what your dad does?" And I said, "As long as I don't have to work with Dad, I'm on with it." So I started working for one of his friends, another clock and watch dealer, and that was all those years back.
And how did you end up in SanDiego? Are you from London or the UK, right?
I came, originally I was in London, and I've always enjoyed visiting the US, and I met a lady and we got married.
Awesome.
Way back, and we lived in Miami for 20 years, and then we had the opportunity to come out to California, and unfortunately she couldn't come with me. She stayed in London.
Okay.
And but I asked permission to say, "Can I move out to California?" And she let me go.
Okay.
And I'm loving SanDiego. It's a fabulous place, wonderful people, and a great watch and clock community.
Right?
Yes.
You know what? Very rarely do you find somebody that loves, the watches like you do. You know everything about watches, from low-end Movados to high-end Rolexes to Tag Heuers to Longchamp to Omegas, from new vintage. So, for me personally, I bought about 3 watches from you already, and I love coming here just so I can say hi to you. So I want to, give you a shout out to the watch world in YouTube, so they can know where you're at. If any of you want to buy any watches, Paul's got everything here, as you can see. He has the good stuff in the safe, so just ask him what you're looking for. He'll find it for you. He'll answer every question. He's always very, very fair in his prices. If you want to get your watch service, if you want to get it readjusted, you'll just come see him. If you need anything, like you guys mentioned, my vintage Omegas that I bought them from him. I love the watches. He stands behind his product. You'll change the links for you if you need to, your wrist changes or whatever you want to be done. Come see Paul at Consignment Classics in SanDiego, California. Paul, is there anything you want to say to the watch community, the watch world?
I love you guys and girls, and you make my life wonderful. Yeah.
Thank you.
I love sharing and discovering new little treasures.
What is the rarest watch that you've had? or that you say you cherish the most?
We have a few strange watches that are rare and odd, but I've been looking more now affordability. Not buying, you know, a Rolex or a Patek Philippe, but buying a Timex. And you say, Paul, what's wrong with you, Timex? You know that I say good investment value, because you can buy one for $50, $100, and it might go up maybe 20% in a year in value. So, and for a low cost purchase structure, I think they're good for investment. Now, look, you can go out and buy a Tag Heuer, a Rolex, a Patek Philippe, but we're talking thousands of dollars. Where
It's not out for everybody, right? Not everybody can afford it.
Not, you know, who has, you know, $5,000 to spend on the watch? Few of us. And so my leaning is now unusual Timex watches, and they made some really rare, unusual stuff. But then again, I love all watches. Maybe it's true to say that I haven't seen a watch I don't like.
Right? What do you think about Japanese watches versus Swiss watches? Because Swiss gets all the love, right? Swiss watches and
Yes.
Japanese watches seems to be a little bit in the side. Like people that know watches love them, but the majority of people that don't, they think that Swiss is a lot better. What do you think about, like you said, Timex, Seiko, Grand Seiko?
That all these companies are good. If you're a watch company manufacturing and selling watches, you need to know your market, and it's a special market. So the Japanese have been making their top line watches, the Grand Seikos, for many years, and we have a bunch of Seikos. But the Swiss watches are the king. Really, that's it. There's nothing compares.
What do you think about the? Sorry to interrupt. What do you think about the? So, when I loaded up my last video, I was telling my fellow YouTubers that I feel a little bit victim of Rolex, right? Meaning that I went from being a watch enthusiast to kind of being a Rolex fanatic. So I'm back to being an enthusiast, and I started with you by seeing all your watches that you have, from seeing like the vintage stuff, like I said, the Timexes, the Omegas, the Seikos, like the Bellmatic that I bought last time. So for me, I feel victim of the whole have a watch for your status, right? Oh, look, I'm rich or I'm well off, rather than for the enjoyment of the timepiece, to appreciate the movement, the history, the heritage, right? What do you think about this whole thing? Now that people have more money, at least here in SanDiego, right? They spend and they want to buy a Rolex or a Patek Philippe, right? Because they want to show off. What do you think about that?
Well, these are the top of the line watches, and of course there's some other companies as well, Vacheron and Constantine, Jaeger, LeCoultre, etc. But I say buy what you like. You're going to be wearing it, you're going to be putting it on your wrist, and you're going to be enjoying it.
Perfect.
And it doesn't have to be a big priced item. Perfect. It can be a fun item that you enjoy. And I'm going to say be cautious with your pennies, and yes, if you have endless funds, yes, you can go out and buy the most expensive Patek Philippe or a beautiful Rolex. And I love Rolexes. I love Patek Philippe. Yes,
you got one on your wrist, right? Vejas,
I
36.
have a small model, tiny one.
Okay.
And it's just
Beautiful watch.
1960s vintage Rolex.
Beautiful.
But a watch like this, unfortunately, is probably around about $6,000, and most people can't afford that. So I say you buy what you like, not what someone's telling you should like.
I love that.
And just enjoy. If you have a question, I'm always here. We're open 7 days a week at Consignment Classics, and I love chatting watches.
Beautiful.
And meeting new people.
Well, Paul, thank you so much for your wisdom and knowledge and for your hospitality. Thank you so much for
Always.
everything you do for us. Appreciate it. Have a nice day. Look at this beautiful Tag Heuer. And this is a course movement, but again, not all courses are created equal. This This is a very beautiful, very nice movement. The price is only $900. Beautiful stainless steel bracelet. It's very unique. So it's speedy. It's got the date window at the bottom.
Doing okay. Trying.